Hi everybody, how are you doing? It's CJ Atemo the Sage and welcoming you to another episode of Wisdom Moments on K24. So glad to have you tune in. Remember, we always have this every Monday to Friday, 9:55 a.m. right here on your favorite TV station, that is K24. If you're tuning in for the very first time, we have this going on, just empowering and equipping you with skill, with tools that would help you live better, make better decisions, become better. Somebody said that the greatest project that you would ever work on, the best project you could work on is yourself. And that is what I endeavor to do, just equipping you with the tools that are necessary to help you get right there. Well, again, if it is your very first time, I need you to do about two things. One is that you need to diarize so that you never miss this again every Monday to Friday, 9:55 a.m. right here on K24. But if you have, of course, missed on the other shows that we have had, subscribe to my YouTube channel, CJ Atemo, and you will be able to find all the others that we have done because these videos are uploaded right there. So everyone else, head there, subscribe, and set notifications so that every time I do upload a video, you will get to know. Then you can watch, like, post your comment, and share. We're so delighted to be coming to you from the Panari Hotel, and I am sitting on the 11th floor at the presidential suite, and it's such a wonderful place for you to be. If you're coming in for business, you've got quite some high deals. Now, the presidential may not be for everybody who's just trying to hang out, but if you're coming to hang out and you can do that, well, good enough. But we've got this amazing ambience that is in this place at the 11th floor of the Panari, the presidential suite. It is so good, so cool. There's so much space. You can do so much over here. So if you're thinking about your business meetings, if you're thinking about having your high-end guests, if you're thinking about, you're bringing in your company CEOs, flying in from outside of the country or within the country, or just you want to give yourself an experience, please come and have a taste of the presidential suite at the Panari Hotel. That is Mombasa Road. That is in the middle of the city center and the airport as well. I need to mention that because that makes it easier for you. If you're a traveler, if you're just coming in for a day or two, for a week, then you could know that this is a place that would be convenient for you, both in accessing the city and accessing the airport as well, if you need to leave or you're coming in. But hey, just come in over here and have some time for yourself. Plenty of space, excellent cuisine, an amazing ambience as well. And then you still have the view of the Nairobi National Park, which is just behind me from where I am seated right now. And you would be glad that you spent your money well. Have you subscribed to my social media platforms at CJ Atemo everywhere? And I hope that you would, so that we can keep building up and growing the journey of the Sage Nation as we keep getting the tips and information and knowledge is going out over there. Well, today and probably this week, I want to talk about starting business. And this came to me because a lady told me, I'm expecting some money and I would want to invest it. I want to start something and I'd want to know, what can I do with it? There are a lot of people out there who ask the same question. Some of them actually have the money. So somebody would be wondering that I've got this 50,000, I've got this 100,000, I'm expecting 300,000. Somebody would be retiring or they are leaving their place of work and they're expecting to get some money. Probably for the years that they have served, or they're just getting out of a circle, they're getting out of a chama or something, and they're expecting some money to come. Then they don't want to waste that money, because the truth is that money is not easy to come by. And so most people would want to know how to manage and how to multiply their money. And a lot of times they're not very sure of what they would do, because sometimes when we look at people that are seeming successful, it looks like it took so much to begin what they started. When you look at the success story, sometimes you'd think you need a capital base of something like $1 million, $2 million. Normally, people don't look at little figures as capital. When people talk about I'm looking for capital, they're talking 6, 7, or sometimes even 8 figures. They may not think that they can start with something that is below that. But you see, the majority of the people live below the levels of getting the 7 to 8 figure So they cannot start from there. And it will take them a whole while to even try to start from there. Sometimes people then have to sell property that they have, family property. You'd see somebody selling land to raise capital to do something. But for the person that just wants to know, what can they do with whatever they have? So how do they go about it? What are the things that they need to look at? And those are the things that I will be sharing with you, just a few of them. And there's more in an upcoming book that I am doing, but just to share a few things. The first one is not something new. You must have heard this from so many people before, but the first is find a problem you can solve. So I'll give you about 5 P's. The first P is a problem. Find a problem that you can solve. Generally and basically, business is about meeting the needs of the people and adding value to them. So you would probably have money, but if you do not have a way of solving people's problem, then even when you put your money into something, it may not really become business. There are people who have dead stock. They've gone everywhere and brought in so much, and they've got containers. Some of them have imported stuff that nobody is willing to buy and nobody is interested in buying. So there's got to be a problem. For example, and I see this with the hawkers, I think that they're genius. You know, if you were walking in the city and it was so hot, then in about 5 minutes the weather changes and the rain falls. These guys will come with umbrellas. Amazingly so, because they're ready for the problem that needs to be solved. They would be selling one thing at one point, and the moment they see the rain, they know that there is a problem. You don't want your hair wet. You do not want your shirt wet. You're going back to the office, or even if you're going home, you don't want to soak in that. You don't want to be wet at all. So they realize that that problem is an opportunity for them to do business. This is why sometimes you may not really succeed in business when you're very sentimental. There are people who, just do what they love. And I'll talk about that at some point. But when you're doing business, look for the problem that you need to solve. What is it that people need? Have you ever seen how people will go into spaces where there's a lot of building work going on, real estate, and then these women will come in and they just make meals that are affordable and meals that will cost these guys to go through the day. They'll do their stuff like the githeri and something else, sit over there and have hundreds of workers coming to eat from them. It looks like, what kind of job is that? What kind of business is that? But if you look at the turnovers are crazy, because they'll get these people coming in their numbers and coming in. So they work with the economies of scale, coming in their numbers. They will spend about 50 to 100 shillings. But if you have 100 people who are coming in there that day, and you've done, every one of them has come in and they are spending the money, when you look at it, eventually, this person is earning money like somebody who's working in the office, yet they still have the flexibility of running their business because they have identified a problem. So anytime you're thinking about going into a business, ask yourself, is there a problem that you will be solving? If there is no problem to be solved, there is no business to be done. Well, I hope that this has been helpful to you even as we begin the series this week on starting your business. And I hope that you will take some time and think about it. If you're thinking about going the direction of business, you will think about what are the opportunities that are around you. Now, those problems are actually opportunities, and you'll just look at them and think about them, think through about them, and then begin to have the journey as we have the conversation. I'll be back here tomorrow, 9:55 a.m. right here on K24. But remember, you can always find these videos on CJ Atemo on YouTube. So subscribe to my YouTube channel and set notifications so that every time we put up the videos, you'll be able to know and to watch, like, post your comments and share as well. And remember as well to visit the Panari right here today, coming to you from the presidential seat. Visit the Panari. Spend some time over here. Bring in your visitors. Bring in your CEOs, your MDs. Bring in the people that you feel need this kind of treat, and bring yourself to this place as well. See you next time. Keep it right here on Wisdom Moments on K24 with me, CJ Atemo, the Sage.